Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Today we're back at the giant mammoth effigy. You can see, if you're just looking at the color and the yellow, you can see how there's a painting of a mammoth in there. You can see how the dark spot is the eye, and you can see the hump. And looking at it from different angles and different directions will make it come out a little better. But I wanted to take a look at this now that the paint has dried. As we know, this paint is a multifaceted art in and of itself. So you may start to be able to see characters. You can look for these little humans or hominids. What we have right here is actually a face upside down. If you look at the eye and the nose and the mouth of a character, you know, we'll go over to him in a minute, but right now there is a face, really good one facing upside down there. But I saw one that reminded me of on the back of the gateway. See the painting for the black eye, the nose, and the mouth of this character right here? He's much larger on this stone than he is on the original gateway. But this is a character here. And that dot is actually for another character below here. There's a little circle and a dot with like a crescent around it. You can see the spot with the crescent. And there's another smaller character in there where he's holding up his hand, and I always say it's like he's throwing a little piece of popcorn in his mouth. So these characters, these little head emblems, they get as small as this, even smaller. But I'd like to show you just a few of the bird heads. You can see how this point, see how the diamond is cut out of this? And if you look closely, there's a circle. And looking up here, you might be able to see a crest. So just a little bird right there embossed onto the stone. Now that this is dry, we're able to see a whole lot more of it. Just looking at this whole section here, you can see how there is a carving. See all the little carvings in here for a large eye. You can see it pretty clearly if you look closely. There's circles and lines right there. So the eye is right there. And if you look at the statue as if, not the whole end, maybe I can tilt it there so you can see it. And then there's a mouth, and that's the chin. You can see how this is a recessed section of the stone, at least made to look like it's recessed. You might be seeing different eyes or different eye shapes as we turn it. So there's little images in here, and as we tilt it further and in different directions, you'll see more and more, all facing different ways. This right here in itself is a little tucked in version. It's a statue just on that section, facing to the left, of course, as you guys I'm sure saw. I can go over that a little closer if you guys like. You see where the eye is and the little swoops that are coming up. So as we tilt this, you can see there may be a beard back here, or maybe just maybe needs to get cleaned off. But little human image right there. You can see how the eye gets very defined, and I can zoom in on that a little bit so you can see how the little lashes and everything come out of it, especially when we tilt it. There's other ones here too. You see they're popping out everywhere. You might not be able to see it all right at first, but let's go ahead and see. So we have this character here, and I know that if we turn this upside down, what we have here, we have a triangle head style person with a pointy nose. And you can see how his lips are now done. There's so many. But looking at it like this, you can see a triangle for an eye here. The nose, of course, and the mouth. Then as we tilt it further, you can see how the nose and the carvings are really coming out very well. Let's go ahead and do a zoom in on that eye too. So you can see how the diamond is done. It's not just by happenstance that this happens. Look at the little micro carvings. You can see the X's and things done into this. So let's go ahead and back up just a little bit and to look at some other angles of this. Just looking at the face, I guess, it's kind of looking at us right now. They usually don't make something that's just like a statue looking directly at you. So on the opposite side of this, since of course we have our nose and our different eyes and things, on the opposite side we're going to have more. Let's take a look at, see how we have one face right here, look right below in a very smaller section here. You can see how there's a circle for an eye. And so as we tilt this, you'll be able to see more faces and cheekbones come out, perhaps, of different people. So you see how the round cheek gets portrayed there, how smooth the face is. There might be some paint on the mouth or something. And of course there's different ones all the way down. Looks like our So many things on here, guys. We might see an embossed bird head right here. Also, probably just an upside down character, it looks like, with a pretty awesome headdress thing going on. See the little nose? So I can't really point too well, but the eye, the nose, and the mouth. Just a little embossed character with a mohawk. See the line for the mohawk right there?